Hello, pupils. I trust that you are all well. Today on our Writer's Crusade, we will be taking on a special writing task. Another special writing task, that is. We're going to be looking at expository writing. Let's look at what expository writing is. An expository essay or composition is one that tells the reader step by step how to do or make something. We would have mentioned writing in sequence for other types of compositions, but for expository writing, it is even more important. This must be written in sequence or order. Has anyone ever asked you, how did you make this or how do you do this? Well, if they have, and if you try to explain or give them the steps that they need to follow so that they would be able to do that task, you were actually involved in expository discussion, or you could have simply done it in writing form, which would have been expository writing. So I'm sure that you have some idea now of what exactly expository writing is. Now, in an effort to master expository writing, it is important that we follow a few steps. Regardless of the type of composition, you must think carefully about the topic. When we think carefully about the topic and the ideas that are related to it, including related words or relevant words, remember, we are in the brainstorming stage. If your topic is about something to eat or drink, write down all the ingredients and the utensils that you will need. For making other things, such as maybe a kite, a paper flower, or even a circuit like we discussed in one of our science lessons, you should list all the materials you would need for the project. When it is time to write your composition, it must be written in sequence. Write your composition using paragraphs as well. Begin each sentence with a capital letter, put a full stop and commas where necessary, and ensure that you check to see that you would have spelt your words correctly. Now let's look at some of the words that you may use when you are doing expository writing. Because expository writing is giving details in steps or an explanation of how a process is to be done, some of the words you may want to use are first or firstly, second or secondly, third or thirdly, then, next, finally, or lastly. These are some of the basic words that you would want to use. Now here I have a scenario, so let's take a look at our task for this session. Zara enjoys drinking tasty drinks made by her aunt. She would like her aunt to show her how to make tasty drinks as well. Today, her aunt is at home from work. She will be showing Zara how to make fruit drink. So, let's see how we will go about with this expository composition. Remember, before we start the composition, let's list the equipment and ingredients that we would need to make this fruit drink or fruit juice. Some of the ingredients we have here, fruits, and here we choose to use cherry and guavas. Water, sugar, essence, ice. For the utensils or the equipment, we have knife, blender, strainer, mug, and a spoon. Now, when writing an expository essay, you must remember in your introductory paragraph, all of the items that will be used must be stated. Your composition must begin with a topic sentence or the grabber. Remember, we said whenever you are writing, you want to ensure that you grab the reader's attention, that they would want to continue reading. It is also important that the correct verb is used after the subject in the sentence. And again, that your words are spelled correctly and the proper use of punctuations. So let's look at the introductory paragraph for this expository essay. Fruit juices are healthy and satisfying. Making a glass of fruit juice does not take too much. Today, my aunt will show me how to make fruit juice. First, she will gather her ingredients and utensils. These are 1 cup of freshly picked cherries and 5 big guavas, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 liter of water, 2 drops of essence, and some ice. Then she gathers her utensils, a blender, strainer, a mug, a knife, and a spoon. Looking at all the items, I am very excited to see how my aunt makes the fruit juice. That's your introductory paragraph. In the next paragraph, we will write the steps in making the juice because now you have everything, or you would have said everything that is needed to go about making the fruit juice. So let's see in the follow-up paragraph. Remember, now we're moving into the body. Let's move on to see what are the steps to be taken. She washes the fruits and cuts each guava in fourths. After cutting the guavas, my aunt puts them into the blender. She then adds the sugar, water, and essence. Next, she blends everything together. After everything is blended, she strains the juice to get out the seeds. Finally, she pours the juice into the mug and stirs it with a spoon. Now, that there is the body. And if you look, we would have talked about the first part where we prepared the fruits. The next part where we added the ingredients to the blender. And then the actual blending process. And the final stage where it was poured into the mug and stirred with the spoon. So here we see the use of almost all of the things that we would have listed. And now we will move to the ending or the last paragraph to conclude our essay. My aunt puts ice in 2 glasses and pours some juice on it. She says it is best when it is chilled. It's the best juice. I really love it because it's very tasty. I think I can now make fruit juice on my own. So here in the closing paragraph or the conclusion, we not only see the wrapping up, we see the participation in what was made. We see Zara having the fruit juice. Zara expressing how it tasted and how she felt about the whole experience. And the last sentence where she expresses her confidence of now doing it on her own because she understands the process that was used to make the fruit juice. Now, let's put the essay together and look at it as a whole. Fruit juices are healthy and satisfying. Making a glass of fruit juice does not take too much. Today, my aunt will show me how to make fruit juices. First, she gathers her ingredients and utensils. These are 1 cup of freshly picked cherries and 5 big guavas, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 liter of water, and 2 drops of essence. Then, she gathers her utensils, a blender, strainer, a mug, a knife, and a spoon. Looking at all the items, I'm very excited to see how my aunt makes the fruit juice. She washes the fruits and cuts each guava in fourths. After cutting the guava, my aunt puts them in the blender. She then adds the sugar, water, and essence. Next, she blends everything together. After everything is blended, she strains the juice to get out the seeds. Finally, she pours the juice in a mug and stirs it with a spoon. My aunt puts ice in 2 tall glasses and pours some juice on it. She says it's best when it is chilled. It's the best juice. I really love it because it's very tasty. I think I can now make fruit juice on my own. Now you take the scenario and make your very own expository composition. You can choose to write about making anything. I hope that you have fun as you write, and remember to join me, your teacher, Ms. Shamshideen, right here on the Learning Channel for another lesson. Goodbye for now.